reduce their purchases online, and for those hard goods, those household items. I think that combined with more equipment, more vessels coming online will improve things in 2023. But I think we'll always be subject to what happens in China in terms of zero COVID policy.
Are there some countries that are easy to ship to than others?
Most definitely. So when you get some direct services like, say, Port of Melbourne to Shanghai, generally that's going pretty well. If you need to go to, say, the Philippines, which is a good second-grade market for us, it's on transshipment. So essentially you go to another port, can get offloaded there waiting for another vessel. So all of a sudden a 3 to 4 week journey turns into sort of 6 to 7 weeks. So it's a problem.
As a result of COVID last year, Victoria and other parts of Australia were shut down. People were encouraged to stay at home, or even in some cases required to stay at home unless they were essential workers, those kind of things. Is it nice having restaurants and bars open again, and is that helping with sales of citrus?
Oh, absolutely. Just the whole relaxation of travel, whether it be interstate or international, has meant that people are frequenting hotels and restaurants, and food service sales are going up. So it's a major part of our domestic sales is reliant on that sector. You think about the use of lemons and limes, grapefruit, those sorts of things in cooking and in cocktails and beverages, even small juice bars that juice as they go sort of thing. It all adds to the draw on sales, and that's been a major improvement, particularly those sectors that rely so heavily on it.
You've also got a traceability project. People are starting to see that this season. Essentially on citrus coming from Mildura Fruit Company now, there is a QR code on that so people can scan it on their phones and find out where it's come from. How much work's been going on behind the scenes to make that happen?
It's a project funded by Agriculture Victoria. We've been quite targeted in the markets that we're going to, so not every bag or carton has a QR code on it yet. I mean, that will be in the future. The QR code serves as a way for us to share and gain information. So it's quite a time-consuming project because it takes a lot of practice and a lot of effort to get it into practice. Governments all around the country have been talking about traceability, and I guess why I wanted to get involved in the citrus industry was to try and prove how you go about doing it, and what things you might come across, where the pinch points were, what we can learn together. And NFC have been fantastic in working with us, and we've got a couple of really good partners in Trust Codes and GS1 who have really helped along the way, and a couple of other businesses involved as well. So yeah, I think it looks like we'll be quite successful. It's good to have that out now through our social media. You can see the game you can play, and you can see how the QR code works and those sorts of things. I think it's a big positive for our industry, and great to be working with MFC on it.
Harry, why is it something that MFC has wanted to get involved with?
Traceability is really important, I suppose, to make sure that the end consumer or the buyer of our goods overseas knows they're buying an Australian-grown product. From that point of view, it's good, but also from a customer engagement point of view, it's also fantastic. So, as Nathan mentioned, they can sort of jump on their website and see a little bit about Mildura Fruit Company. We can engage with the customer in terms of having any sort of promotional type of things or some giveaways. So we've got a couple of things going on this year into a couple of different markets, and one with bag product into Vietnam, as we've got some working closely with our buyer over there who's promoting our product, and there's going to be some giveaways and things of that nature. So yeah, I think anything we do to engage better with the customer is fantastic, as well as them understanding that where the fruit comes from.
There's been a lot of talk about biosecurity in 2022. It probably kicked off with Japanese encephalitis in pigs. It's affecting almond pollination with varroa mite at the moment, and there's this threat of foot and mouth disease coming to Australia as well. I know in the past we've spoken about exotic pests and pathogens threatening the citrus industry too. Are those kind of things being forgotten, or is now a good time to talk about biosecurity more broadly because it is such a big thing at the moment?
Yeah, look, it's a tricky one. We talk about it all the time, biosecurity, but I think it's very prevalent in people's minds at the moment with a lot of talk about foot and mouth disease. I mean, COVID itself was a biosecurity related incident with human